Hello guys, well Henry Padilla here again. I was very happy to help Dipo with one of his very first YouTube videos, and the original plan was for me just to shadow him and see what he does and how he manages all these businesses and whatnot, and I wanted to see what he does on the daily to do all this stuff. So definitely went through the day and learned a lot that he has some of the best employee retention that I've ever seen. And if you guys ever heard the thing of like people don't quit their jobs, they quit their managers, and you could see how much of a good manager he is because all these employees that he has are like 5 years plus. So it's really good. He instills a really good type of principle to all of his employees and lets them know why they're there and why they have such a good time working for him. And I think that's like a really beautiful thing. So I think I'll take that for myself as a really good principle to maintain into the stuff that I go on to. But to get a little bit more in depth into what I learned about today is we had an interview with Dipo, and if you just stay tuned you'll catch that next. And thank you guys, have a good one. So just to give a little bit more context with you guys, by the way, my name's Henry Padilla and Dipo. Just to get a little bit more context about all the videos that he's doing and whatnot, and the business that he's running, and his direction and why he does what he does. So I'll just ask you few questions just so you guys understand him a little bit better. Instead of just someone that owns a business, you'll understand who he is as a person and what he's doing and the changes he's making and the creativity that's flowing through his head constantly. So if you don't mind, we'll start doing that. So just me being a person that admires what you're doing right now, how do you think or what do you think is the main driver that got you here into like I know it was a certain hunger inside your stomach that you didn't want to be on the streets and you didn't want to like be in poverty, so you created something out of nothing. What was that feeling or thought or of idea that made you go from not just normal even class living to a way higher level of being able to help people? What was that gut feeling that gave you that idea?
So like I was mentioning earlier, the way that I started, I came here, I was 17 years old. So my background actually from soccer. I used to play for a national team. I came here actually to chase the dream of playing soccer. So I came here, I got the opportunity, came to United States from Europe, and I was in Indonesia for a while, which is, where I'm from. I'm from Indonesia. So when I came here, actually, I started, I was chasing the dream of playing soccer, of course, and then my visa actually is international student. Yeah. So I didn't know that they couldn't really pay me until I switched my visa. I got my working permit and so on, so I was playing for one of the pro team here, and it took 3 years for them actually to finish up my paperwork. So after 3 years, actually, I got my green card. I got my citizenship 2 years later. But those 3 years is the time that building me up, shaping me into, like I would say, like being an entrepreneur. Yeah. Like the mindset of owning my own business, the mindset of I want to inspire people that as long as like I was telling you, you do what is right, you put faith in God, I always say, it's just gonna happen. Yeah. It's just gonna happen as long as you don't want to screw people over, as long as you have the mindset, become the man of integrity. Yeah. Having integrity is just gonna take you guys to the next level. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you just feel like, oh, but these people screw me over, or, I don't deserve this. But again, I always tell people life is unfair, yeah. But how you responds to it by still doing what is right when the circumstances doesn't look like it's easy, Yeah. So I came here, I actually started, that's why I always give glory to God, because there's so many fingerprint that He has all over my life. Because I came here, I didn't have paperwork, so I'm not gonna hide that. So I know the culture when like a lot of immigrants came here and everything, and I'm one of them. A lot of people think I'm just like a rich kid, my family give me business, nothing like that, Yeah. So I started, actually, I was a dishwasher. Yeah. For like a buffet, so it was crazy. 2 weeks during my vacation from school, I was working that because I came here with $400, nothing else. And then I was staying in an apartment, 13 people, one bathroom with one bedroom. So we gotta share that. Yeah. And it was with 13 people living in Chinatown, Los Angeles. But again, I have the drive that I tell myself, I'm extraordinary, I'm special. Yeah. So when I know that, every single day I tell myself, I'm ready, because the only reason that I can be special, I can be extraordinary, because all that exceptional challenges, all the hard uh, tribulation, trials is gonna come my way because I'm special. I tell myself that because that's how God gonna set me apart.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna stand out, because if I just expect to be ordinary, then everything is gonna go easy. But I never want to be just like ordinary. I always tell myself I'm special.
Yeah.
So that's why I came here. Like I was telling you guys, I was working dishwasher for 2 weeks. I remember I got my first paycheck is $750, cash under table, and I was like, okay, now I can live. I can pay my rent for the whole month. It was like $230 my first month rent. I paid that. International student, it was crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So I ended up coming here. I already play with the pro team, but again, they support me and everything. They help me with school stuff and everything. But again, I cannot get paid like money wise because I don't have working permit.
Yeah.
And after that, I was just walking around the mall. God gave me the opportunity. Like they hired me to work at the mall, at the food court. That's the first time that I actually start having the mindset of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So they hired me. I was selling a pretzel for a couple years, 3 years apart, and again, it was a slow store. So that's how it is. Like every single store that I was working is slow store.
Yeah.
And I asked question to God, why you put me in the slow store when I know that I can give so much? I see like other pretzel store in the same mall, they're busy.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm way better than all those workers, all those managers, and I was just asking question like, why? And then after that, 2 years fly by. I went to school. I had to play soccer. I still work under table, so I did that. And then again, I had to go to the gym because I have to gain weight to actually moving up in the pro team because I was so skinny. I came here. I was 17 years old. I was only like 140 pounds.
Do you feel like soccer was what really gave you the initiative to make all your businesses so team oriented, and then the discipline from soccer kind of like put something in your head of like all these businesses are little soccer teams, and if we work together we'll win? Do you think that's where your discipline of making everyone so friendly and team working together, and that's why kind of like your businesses work so well?
Exactly. So I always tell myself everything works together for good.
Yeah.
So again, I know that I practice hard. I always have the dream. I always have the drive. And sometimes I was looking back. I was like, a lot of people asking me like, why you gave up? I didn't give up. It's God's way, God's timing, and then like you're saying, the drive, the discipline, the mindset that build up the team together. And now looking back, exactly like you're saying, it's all I learned from soccer. And at the same time, I have the drive that I want to inspire others, but I want to lead by example. Because you cannot expect your teammates to practice hard if you don't even practice hard.
Yeah.
Same thing with work. Like right now, I always tell all of them they don't work for me. They work with me.
Yeah.
Because as much as they're needed, I always tell people, they always like, you always work every day. When is your day off?
Yeah.
When I'm in town, never.
Yeah.
Because I always gonna be supervised. Always gonna drive around. As long as they need help, I will jump in, because that's the most important thing for me as the business owner. Because you have to put the work, you have to lead by example. You have to understand that this is the process that you have to put in order for you to set up the strong foundation for your business to be successful.
Yeah. So what about like let's talk about your family team. Like, since you said you came here with not very much, are you close with your family now, or how has that relationship with your family been?
It was taking a whole a new level because it was hard.
Yeah.
So the reason I said it was hard, there was time that I couldn't see my family for the whole 5 years. Because again, I came here by myself, no family, no friends. I literally just bring a backpack with soccer ball, $400. That's it. I don't know. I didn't know nobody, whoever gonna pick me up. I didn't even know. And until this moment, when I look back, I didn't even know how in the world I got that boldness, the motivation that just go ahead and did that. And it wasn't even my first time either. Before I came here, I went to Europe, I went to Netherlands with the same way.
Yeah.
And the relationship, it was tough because during the first 3-4 years, even my parents asking me, why you never want to pick up the phone call? I never really spoke to them on the phone longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I made that because I have to build a wall because I miss them. I'm here by myself. I got to the point like I want to see my brother, I want to see my sister. I want to see my parents, but what's the point?
Yeah.
Because I know that I couldn't go home.
Yeah.
I know that the longer I spoke to them on the phone, I will miss them even more.
Yeah.
So I built a wall. I talk to them, everything is good, everything's great, because there's nothing that I can tell them yet, because I haven't built up nothing. And I told myself, I told my family, I'm not gonna go home until I already achieved something.
Yeah.
And that's the drive that even make me go even further, work even harder every single day, with one condition. I never wake up in the morning, I never feel like, oh, I'm tired, or like I'm exhausted, oh, I don't want to do this. I never. I always tell myself, today's the day. Today's the day of the Lord. I wake up, I always pray, give me the fullness of your joy, happiness, and peace. I pop up to the store, everybody always say like, you're always excited. I work like all day, 13, 14 hours. People always ask like, what do you think? Even until this moment, like, you always seem like so excited and everything, because I tell myself, I have so much problem. I can be so tired, but when people come to my business, people come to be served by me, I want to make sure that I'm giving my best.
Yeah. So
That's all.
some good context would be probably like, so what is your daily morning routine that might inspire you to be so energetic? Is it like you practice some gratitude in the morning? Do you have a certain breakfast or a little morning? Do you have a certain set morning routine that you have?
Yes. I mean, every single time I always start my morning, mostly praying, reading like devotional. I'm making affirmation,
Yeah.
declaring like, how my day started. Because like I always tell, people, everything starts from your mind.
Yeah.
The Bible verse, I always remember, what you think about yourself, that's who you are. So I always tell myself, I'm blessed. I even get the tattoo here. I'm blessed, I'm favored, I'm loved, because I don't need anybody else to tell me that.
Yeah.
Because I know I am. So that's how I start myself, like you're saying, starting with gratitude. I'm grateful and thankful, because every single moment that I have, I count my blessings. Even though like I wake up, sometimes I couldn't sleep, but when I wake up in the morning, sleep a couple hours, I tell myself, this is a new day. I know that I have the grace that I need. I'm well able, I'm equipped, I'm content. I'm happy. So I always tell myself that. And the breakfast, I haven't even eaten right now. Sometimes I couldn't even eat all the way until like 2, 3 in the afternoon, because I just forgot. When I start myself, I'm more excited to start my day than go to sleep. I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm way excited. I just want to wake up and do my things already. I have in my head like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I have plans in my head that I'm more excited about than actually fall asleep.
Do you think that's what makes your businesses run so well, is your natural energy of communicating and being a good leader to all your businesses? So like, I feel like that's a really big driver for them. But on your end, since you're traveling so much, what do you look for in a manager that you trust to take care of your own little personal babies that you have across town in different states? What do you look for in a person to kind of hold that nest egg for you? Like
So first of all, like I always look for good heart. I came here, I didn't speak the language. I didn't know how to speak English. So I dealt with the point like, people don't speak English, but they want to learn. They have a good heart. I always look for people who have a good heart. I can see like they're honest, they're sincere, they want to learn, they have the drive. So I always say 3 things that I always tell myself: persistence, patient, and being patient. Because you have persistence, doesn't matter whatever come your way, you want to work hard, you gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
You have to get the patient. This is your company, this is more than just a job. You sell fries, I'm gonna sell the best fries. I'm gonna give the best possible way to sell my product.
Yeah.
Selling paletas, selling jerky, right now, like whatever I do, I want to make sure that I have the patience. If I don't believe in the product, I'm never gonna do the business.
Yeah.
And the third, being patient. Business is not gonna be happening over time. Same thing with people. I'm not gonna look at for people with high resume, because with that kind of mindset, sometimes they already have the high standard.
Yeah.
They don't want to learn.
Yeah.
I hire people that sometimes I like hiring people is their first job, second job, as long as they tell me, hey, Dipo, shape me. Dipo, I want to learn. Let's learn. Let's learn together. That's how we're gonna shape each other. That's how I look at for the people, manager, because I told them I'm not looking at you guys only to manage the store. I want to manage you guys, learn from each other, in order for me being able to mentor you, but at the same time I learn from you so we all can move up, because I want them to be more than just a manager. I want them to be like owning their own brand, owning their own stores in any ways that I can help. That's the goal that I have in every single coworkers, every single employee, every single managers that I have at the moment, you know?
Okay, so you have really good standards with all of them. So I probably just have just two more questions. One more would be, or one of them would be, what's the end result with having a multi-business owner currently? What's your biggest result so far? Do you want to have a certain amount of stores? Do you want to have a certain amount of persistence to make change in the world? What is your why for doing all this right now?
So my original goal, again, through what I've built, is to build up myself every single day. The drive, the excitement, the goals every single time inside of me has to be better every single day. So I started everything to creating myself, building up myself every single day to be better. And then, like business wise, like you're saying, is that creating the numbers? Yeah, I always set up the goals. When people asking me, like my business partners, like it's their first time partner up with me with Paleta Bar, I always tell them like, okay, you know, this year we started with 1, in 2 years we're gonna have 40 stores. And they were like, how that's possible? It's possible because I see by faith.
Yeah.
I see by faith. Like the end of this year, I told them, okay, we're gonna hit another 8-10 more stores. I already have it in a way that I know I can.
Yeah.
But it's because God's give me the vision. And then again, the ultimate goals, of course, I want to create the jobs. I want to create more entrepreneurs. I want to create every single of my employees, my managers, whoever come my way, my customers, in any way that I can build them up. I want to build them up in order for them to build up themselves.
Yeah.
And again, to build up the city of Albuquerque. Because God brought me here all the way from Los Angeles. I jumped in the opportunity to take over Potato Corner. I asked myself so many times, so many friends in Los Angeles asked me, how in the world, why in the world you're moving to Albuquerque?
Yeah.
New Mexico, what is up over here?
Yeah.
But I always tell myself, God, He come and blessing in me. He led me to the land that He's giving it to me. And again, if I never moved here, if I didn't jump into the opportunity, I didn't see the vision to move here, there's not gonna be any Potato Corner that being successful here in Cottonwood Mall, Coronado Mall. There's not gonna be any Paleta Bar. There's never gonna be me jumping into entrepreneur life and something, all these jobs being created, all the impact that I can give. And you know, I'm grateful like yourself, like you know, like him telling me it's not about the result or like the end, because sometimes I keep telling myself, I think I want to build up more in order for me to do all of this video, vlog and everything, but at the same time you also mentioned it's about the process. And again, the process is what inspires others.
Yeah.
The process is what I can share in order for them to know that I don't have to be on the top of the world in order for me to inspire them, because the real inspiration is from the drive that I do every single day. It's from the mindset that I have every single day. It's about creating the solution that I can have when all these problems happening, and I still can have the good response. I still can create a solution when time is tough, you know?
Yeah. So you're definitely, so he's definitely building up the community a lot with people just regular age, adults and whatnot. But he's also, switching to my last question, is building up the community at a younger age for children and whatnot. And I wanted to ask, like, what's the shirt about? And he's making a movement for the community of the younger generation. And if you just wanted to explain the situation you go on with the Build the City.
Okay, so the reason I was starting, actually, I got the vision. I was in church. I was being invited to talk to them, and then I got this drawing when the Pastor Jason from Harvard Church actually mentioned about it, and it was actually the second service that I was being invited, and God just gave me the vision. What is more than just yourself? What is more you can offer? And then I'm grateful. Even right now I'm talking to you guys, I got the chill, because I'm grateful that I've been in the city of Albuquerque. I've been in New Mexico. And then what can I offer? I'm creating the business right now. I'm creating jobs. Like I was telling you guys, I'm shaping others from mentorship, from advice that I can give to build up other business. And that's how I can help adults. You know, people coming up to me asking for sponsorship, asking for free money. I told those adults, you know, like they sponsorship for cheerleader, soccer team, and everything. Guess what? You guys adults, you guys have 2 hands, 2 feet. You guys healthy. I can help you guys doing fundraiser, sell gift card, sell jerky, sell products, because I'm not gonna give any free money, because there's the mindset that this city needs. We have given away so many free stuff. That's why people on the street, they're healthy. They're wearing Jordan shoes. They're wearing a nice shoes, nice clothes, and they're asking for money. I'm not gonna give any free money for adults. That's what I was telling people. Kids, I'm creating the brand of building up the city Albuquerque, because it's more than just a brand, it's a movement, because I want to help the kids, because kids is the one that needs help, because sometimes they don't even know where their parents are. I see parents, or like even dads, like being a father, they're not even being a father. They have a babies, they took off. And I was like, I saw that. I went to UNM Children's Hospital. We're gonna partner up with them too. I saw that. It's just heartbroken for me, because it's more than those kids can do in the future. So I wanna build up the city also from the next generation, because we're not gonna be able to fix the city. We are not gonna be able to build up the city until we set up the strong foundation of the next generation. We have to admit it. Our generation, as much as we wanna help, our future is gonna be greater than our past, our present, and the future is from the kids. So that's all this brand about. As much as I can create the brands, I'll build up the city from adults. I will invest in my businesses. I will invest in my advice to build up the business. I will advise, all the small business owners. I'll help them for free, whatever I can help. But again, my personal goal is to build up the next generation, because that's the future, and the future has to be better than our present and the past.
Yeah. And you're doing that with donations, right?
Yes.
So where would they be able to get the products and shirts, and like what are you donating from, and where could they get it?
So like right now, actually the official, we're gonna launch it Monday. I'm still working on details and everything. Of course, social media right now, you guys can DM my personal page, Instagram under Dipo Alam. All the business under the Paleta Bar, Spring Rollin, Potato Corner. We're gonna launch it also in every single store that we have. We're gonna put this this T-shirt as the the first product that we're gonna launch. And then as well as the Instagram page that I just built up just now. It is under Build City ABQ on the Instagram. So we're gonna take a pre-order and everything. You guys wanna order, feel free, let me know. And then every single product we're gonna donate $5 towards the city organization. I'm gonna make the first collaboration with UNM Children's Hospital, Feed Kids Hungry and everything. I'm gonna make the contact to them by Monday.
Cool, brother. Well, I think that's all for anything for now. If you guys have any questions for him, any personal or business, anything wise, I guess you could just put them like in the comment section if there's anything else that you want to know about him. Because like you said earlier, everybody probably thought he was just some person giving money, giving all this to him by family and whatnot, but I guess this gives you better context of like where he came from. So like I said, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. But other than that, thank you, man.
Thank you for helping out. And then again, guys, like he was saying, you guys have any question about how to start business, any experience that I can share, I have so much. It's just like more than just one video. And then I'm partnering up with this guy right now. He's gonna post it in his personal, so we're gonna launch a vlog every single week on YouTube. You guys have any specific question, any specific like experience that you guys want me to share, throw it out here. I'm gonna share my experience, the process to get where I'm at right now. But again, I always tell you guys, the sky's the limit. I'm still learning, and let's learn from each other. And then there you go, guys. Right now, time to work. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm actually involved in day-to-day working, and today's